Hello, it's Friday, it's around lunchtime and I've had a really busy day already, but I'm smiling about it because today I've been sorting out lots of things for the next week or so, because today my daughter and her family are coming to stay for a little while. I'm really pleased. So she will turn up at some point this afternoon with a caravan that she's going to stay in for a while, and so I've been clearing an area near the greenhouse. Obviously now I knew she was coming, and I've known for a couple of months that she was coming, but when did I start sorting out the space for her? Well, a few days ago. But, so that's all ready for her now. And first thing this morning I did some planting in the garden, and beautifully bright and sunny again today. So I'm being extra careful because this is the kind of day when you don't realise how hot you've got, and then you can be in trouble. So I was out there till about 9:30, and then I went inside and I got on with all things domestic. So, you know, washing and washing up and all that. But I've been making ice cream and fruit jelly, which I think in America you call jello. And it was a raspberry jelly, and I've packed loads of soft fruit into it, and we'll have that at some point over the weekend. So I made vanilla ice cream for the children, and at the moment there is some coffee ice cream for the bigger children. So here we are, Saturday morning, and I'm just using a small plastic beaker to scoop out water from a bucket to water the plants at the front of the house. Now what I did was I had a bath last night. I've left that to go cold, and this morning I've siphoned it into a bucket, and I've already done 2 huge bucketfuls, so none of this water is getting wasted. I'm really pleased to be able to water the plants at the front of the house without using fresh water, and in fact hopefully it'll do them some good, because my bath water yesterday had Epsom salts in it, which is magnesium, and so that should give the plants a little boost as well. While I'm here, I'm just going to deadhead to keep the flowers coming. Now these are not essential crops, they're extra herbs and flowers, and therefore I don't want to be using fresh water to water them. I'm quite happy to use this grey water. And if we end up with a hosepipe ban, I won't be watering the flowers at all. I'll be using this grey water to water our crops. Well, now the bucket is light enough for me to pick up. It makes it a little easier. This year there's been the most incredible amount of black fly in the garden, and I haven't really know what to do about it. I haven't wanted to spray anything. So what I've actually done is I've just left it and waited, and sure enough the natural predators have now arrived, and they've arrived in force, and here they are, ladybirds, loads of them, and this little black one with the orange bit on it, well that's a larva. It's a young ladybird, and that will turn into a ladybird. And ladybirds love to eat aphids, so I'm delighted to see they've arrived. What I'm not so delighted about is I'm fairly sure this isn't one of our native ladybirds. I think this is probably one of the more aggressive ones. I think they were called Asian ladybirds a few years ago. No doubt it's another continent now. But they're ladybirds all the same, and now they've arrived in this country. I think we have to accept that they're here, and they'll do a job. They will do the job of eating the aphids, which in terms of wanting to control the aphids naturally is excellent news. My squashes growing up over the arch are doing really well. They are growing really strongly and are covered, absolutely covered in young squashes. Here's a very tiny one, but some of them are much bigger. Last year when I grew spaghetti squash, I grew them going across the ground down in the pumpkin patch, and I think we got 2, maybe 3 squashes per plant, which wasn't brilliant, and I realised that was about where I planted them, because their roots were under the canopy of the trees, so I don't think they were getting enough water. So this year, here they are on the archway, doing really well. But what I don't know is, do I let it grow all the squashes that it can and end up with loads and loads of them, or do I pinch the ends out or break some of them off? Or so I guess what I'm asking is, if you know about growing spaghetti squash, please pop a note in the comments and let me know. Should I just let it do its own thing and produce as many squashes as it wants to? Or should I reduce the number and allow it to divert that energy to getting each squash bigger? Now, there's only 2 of us here, so we don't need huge squashes. So we could do with quite a lot of smaller ones. That wouldn't be a problem. But please, let me know what you do with spaghetti squash. I have a bit of a confession. I've also got a cat. Are you going to say hello? Here we go. Are you very lovely? Oh yes you are. So yes, a minor confession. So a week or so ago I moved a vast amount of wood chips one morning, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link up here. I hurt myself. I didn't know at the time, and I felt fine, and I took a few breaks, although in the video it kind of shows it all in one go. I took some tea breaks and I did some stretching, and anyway, I've got a cramp in my back, and I've had it for 4 or 5 days now. I'm not sleeping very well because it hurts. So what I've done is I have got in touch with a sports massage therapist, and hopefully she'll be able to try and work the knots out of my back, hopefully sometime at the beginning of the week. So I'm not going to be doing much gardening, and luckily there isn't an awful lot of all that twisting and lifting and things to do. It's now quite gently going around and lifting a few weeds, adding a few seeds, and doing little bits like that. So that's it for me today. I'm heading inside to find a cup of tea and put some heat on my back. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one. And I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow. Oh, and just a quick reminder, tomorrow will be a live chat at 2 PM BST.